Hey everybody, welcome to Daily Reflections with Chris. My name is Chris, and this is the Daily Reflection. For today is March 25th. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Chris, and I talk recovery with you, with anybody who's listening to you guys, and I share my experience, strength, and hope as it pertains to my recovery from alcoholism and other stuff, hurts, hangups, drug addiction. Life, love. Yeah, I know, sounds weird, right? Anyway, so thank you for watching, and let's get started. Today is March 25th, and the title for today's entry is called A Full and Thankful Heart. I try to hold fast to the truth that a full and thankful heart cannot entertain great conceits. When brimming with gratitude, one's heartbeat must surely result in outgoing love, the finest emotion that we could ever know. And that's from Ask Bill Caesar, page 37. I believe that we in Alcoholics Anonymous are fortunate in that we are constantly reminded of the need to be grateful and of how important gratitude is to our sobriety. I am truly grateful for the sobriety God has given me through the AA program, and I'm glad I can give back what was given to me freely. I am grateful not only for sobriety, but for the quality of life my sobriety has brought. God has been gracious enough to give me sober days and a life blessed with peace and contentment, as well as the ability to give and receive love, and the opportunity to serve others in our fellowship, my family, and my community. For all of this, I have a full and thankful heart. Okay. I feel like we've read this before. I feel like I've read this before, and I want to share again with you how it won't be the only thing. This will be the same, but everything else will be probably different because I remember, but I don't remember. But what I'm being reminded of right now is how important it is for me to have that full and thankful heart, right? Because I don't always have it. I have it today, yeah, because life's good. I mean, I just got dressed. I'm going to go out and hang out with some friends and drink a lot of coffee, eat a lot of pan dulce, and have a meal. You know, maybe some I don't know, so I don't know what we're going to eat, but we're going to have a meal together. And it's going to be fun. And it gets interesting some days when you go and you hang out with people who you don't normally hang out with. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite parts about the program, is that because they let everybody join, anybody, you know, the only requirement is the desire to stop drinking or using. That allows a lot of people who would normally feel out of place in a church or out of place in a therapy session, out of place at their community center, out of place in their family, that they come here and they share with us, and once a week, a whole bunch of people from all over Austin, Texas get together in one room, and we talk recovery with each other, and it's pretty neat to hear other people, because you get to catch up with them, and you get to hear maybe new experiences, something I haven't heard, a tool I haven't applied yet. Something that'll help me get through a tough time when I'm in one. And this particular reading is a great reminder, another tool that I can use when I'm not going through, when I remember. You know, sometimes when I'm in the middle of it, I can't remember a lot of stuff, and I just gotta. It's like I have to go through it, and then and then when I'm tired, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the solution. I'm ready to be different. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to do my part. What do I gotta do? Where do I start? And God, I'm gonna just let you do your part, right? I don't want to have my hands in it at all anymore. Not even a little bit. I just want you to do what you do, and tell me what it is that I need to do to help you or to stay out of the way, right? And sometimes He'll send me to go do something completely different that has nothing to do with recovery. I mean, my own personal recovery, but it has nothing to do with like the program, right? It might be something I get to go do in the community, something I get to go do for a friend or a family member. That's other stuff that I I'm open to doing too. Not just when I'm having a bad time, but anytime. It's a good tool for me to use. So it says here, sorry, my dog. Probably somebody's passing by, another dog. So, something else I want to talk about right here. Okay, so I've been talking about being constantly reminded, right? We're constantly reminded of the need to be grateful and how important gratitude is to our sobriety, right? When I'm grateful, when I'm thinking about things I'm grateful for, I'm not thinking about the stuff that I think I deserve. I'm not thinking about why people don't love. I'm not thinking about what I don't have, right? So if I'm in gratitude, I'm thinking about what I do have, what I do see in front of me, what I do love, what I am grateful for. And I have a lot to be grateful for today. I really, really do. I mean, it's more than just this place alone. I talk about this place alone because I used to be homeless and I couldn't keep a job. And I have a job right now. Thank God. And I've been at this particular job for more than a year, but I've kind of made it a point to make sure I stay with it for another year because I watched the show and even that guy could keep a job. And I just thought, Chris, what's up with you, man? Why can't you keep a job? You're sober now. Let's go. And I was like, all right. So I'm on a mission to keep my job, or not on a mission to, but I'm really not trying to go nowhere right now at my job anyway. So God, okay, so there's something else that came to my mind. Okay, this is what I want to talk about, or what I think I want to talk about. It says, God has been gracious enough to give me sober days and a life blessed with peace and contentment, as well as the ability to give and receive love. Besides everything else that we talk about, gratitude list, prayer, meditation, carrying the message, doing the work, right? Doing the inventory, making the amends, carrying the message. One of the biggest gifts that that this program has given me, it's taken some time, but what it's given me that I really I feel free about, it says the ability to give and receive love. First of all, when I got here, I didn't know what love was. I thought sex was love. And then through some work, some very, very fact-finding work, I was able to see my patterns, or what I thought was love, or what I wanted love to look like, and neither of them were quite correct, especially not what I thought it was, because I had a very twisted idea of what I thought love was and what it looked like. So being in this program, I was able to just figure a lot of that stuff out, right? Just kind of go through that inventory and see where I had been using the word love in the most ingenuine ways, where I was, like I said, even the definition of it, I was wrong, and even though I wanted it, I didn't know how to give it, nor did I know how to receive it. So now, feeling still fresh in this program and still kind of experiencing some of that stuff, because love is like, man, before I could figure out, or before I could even try to get an idea of what love was, I had to first think about what love wasn't, because I knew what love wasn't, because I had experienced what love wasn't all my life. So I knew what love wasn't. So to begin to practice this love thing, I had to do opposite it, right? Love wasn't physical abuse, so I know not to physically abuse anybody. That's not love. Love is not denying other people's feelings, right? Like when somebody would tell me how they feel and be like, man, why do you react over the time? Or that's so dumb. I used to say things like that, really inconsiderate of the other person that was telling me how they feel, and I was just like I didn't care. That was not love. Love, I would, not protecting your loved ones is not love. And not caring about them, not listening to what they're saying, stuff like that. I knew what love wasn't, so I would just practice the opposite of that. So that's what I've been doing for the most part, is practicing the opposite of what it wasn't, and it's helped me a lot. But when people start to love me back, it's still strange to me. It's still not easy. It still can get a little funny in my mind when people start to love me. It's like, what do I do with this? And my first go-to is leave or mess it up, and I'm not proud of that, but it's the truth. I'll sabotage a good thing faster than anybody. It will take me all year to work on it, and I'll sabotage it in one conversation. Like, I don't like that about me. As a matter of fact, I'm really working on that right now, and I'm so excited to be working on that, because already through the inventory, already through just making the decision that I don't want to do that no more, something's already starting to shift inside me, where it's like, man, if somebody wants to love me, I'm gonna let them. Maybe it doesn't look like I don't know what it looks like, so I don't know that it doesn't look like. If it's opposite of what love wasn't, then it's probably love. It's probably for real. I don't know. That's my gauge right now. It's like, well, they listen to me. They don't tell me I'm crazy when I tell them how I feel. Okay. They want to be affectionate. Oh, okay. They might be kind of. They might not hate me, right? So little things like that are stuff that I'm still learning how I'm still learning how to receive love. And of course, I'll always be learning how to give love, because I believe that every human is different, and every human has is detailed. I believe that every conversation I have with every single human being is deep. I want to think that I detail it just to them. I don't have hardly any general conversations, even with you guys. I speak very, personally, because I'm a detailed person, and I communicate. I'm hoping that the people that I'm communicating with, that listen to me, will find some hope in this. Maybe you're struggling with love. Maybe you're struggling with maybe this love thing. Every time you break up, it takes you to the bar, and you've chased it down. You're like, I don't want to love no more. I ain't gonna hang out with nobody no more. If I like somebody, I'm taking it to the grave. I don't know if I used to be that person, but in some ways I still am, right? Because I have to be professional. At work, I have to be professional. I can't, if I feel like if I have feelings for somebody, I can't just come out and blurt it as much as I want to. I mean, maybe I can, maybe I will, I don't know, but I haven't yet. And because I'm at work, I try to keep it professional. Do I play around a lot? Yes, I love to play. Man, I love to play and joke around and listen to music. But when it comes to attraction, I try to keep it as professional as I can. Does it slip out? Yeah, because I get comfortable too with my coworkers, and sometimes I'll say something inappropriate. I'll be like, oh, I hope nobody heard me. And then I turn around and I leave, because it was an inappropriate comment. And then sometimes I gotta make amends for those things, because I'm not trying to be inappropriate. I just get comfortable and I start joking around and I say something and it's like, whoa. And I don't want to be inappropriate. So it's really helped me to know what love isn't. Even though I don't really know what love is all the time. And the ability to give it and receive it, that's the big one for me. Because even if I did feel like somebody, man, you know, y'all have heard me talk about past relationships and how those women were just like out of this world, and they loved me, man. I look back on the situation, man, that girl, she must have loved me, or she wouldn't have stuck around, man. Or maybe she was just sick like me. I don't know, but I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that she loved me, that she stayed. She stayed when she could have left. That she hung out when she could have gave up. That she tried everything when she could have not tried nothing. That those girls took risks with me, for me, that they didn't have to. The fact that I couldn't recognize it or reciprocate it was my stuff, was going on in here. So this program, this 12-step program, yes, for mainly I talk about recovery from alcoholism, but it's recovery from a whole bunch of things, even that love hurt, where my heart's all shackled up sometimes. Sometimes it's gray and black. And I don't want to have anything to do with love. It's like, stay away from me, because I'm not about it, and I can't give it to you right now, and I cannot receive it right now. I know when I'm in that spot. But as I pray and as I heal and as I do this process and I work these steps that they tell me about, these 12 steps, you know, I find myself praying that my heart will start beating in that way again. Let's start there. Let's just start beating. Let's just start beating like it used to. The passion that I used to have, the love for other people that I used to have before, you know, I got messy in my addiction, in my alcoholism. I did love people at one time. Man, I was pretty good at what at loving people. But in the midst of alcoholism and dealing with that lifestyle and the people that I met, I mean, I couldn't. It got distorted. My view or my ideas got distorted. So, you know, going through the process of recovery and doing the inventory and figuring stuff out is like, it's really, really helped me. And I pray, God, I just let it start beating again. And if there's any way to take those chains off my heart, then take them off. I don't want to have chains on my heart no more. And I want it to go from black to gray to pink to bright red. I want it to beat like your heart does, God. I want to love what you love, and I want to go after what you go after. I want to be able to receive the love like you receive it and give it like you give it. Nobody's like you, God, but that's what I want to, that's what my aim is. That's where I want to head towards, that way, that kind of agape love, that kind of love that's beyond unconditional. Man, you know, we talk unconditional love in the human form, and it's not the same as God's unconditional love. Even because even unconditional human love, it's like, it's so different. But it exists. Oh my God. There's so many people in my life that I know love me unconditionally. My grandmother loves me unconditional. My mom loved me unconditional, man. My sister loved me unconditionally till a certain little part she could not really agree with. What an awesome relationship that was with my sister. So different, so beautiful. And so revealing, so eye-opening in my relationship with my sister. Even when I look back on it, I said, man, she had every right to say that stuff about me. There was stuff my sister didn't like about me, and she didn't feel bad about it. You know, when I grew up, it was like, you can't be mad at your mom, you can't be mad at your dad, you can't be mad at your grandparents, you better not disagree with them, you just better do what they say, yes ma'am, no ma'am. And when I came into this program and I found out that my biggest resentments were against them, I felt horrible, right? Because I wasn't supposed to feel that way. But they said, no, Chris, it's okay. It's okay to be resentful at them. Write it down. Let's go. Let's get rid of it. So you don't. So you don't be resentful at them. So you get to enjoy them as the people that they are in your life. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I finally gave in, and I'm glad that I did, because I could show up as Chris and I don't have to worry. Even if they don't love me, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm dumb to that in some way, and I'm okay with it. I'm naive, and I'm okay with it. Because I would rather bring out the little bit of love that somebody has for me than bring out all their hate that they have for me. And if all they show me love is because I brought it out, or because the work that God has done within me has brought it out. I'm so grateful that I get to do so many different things today that I didn't get to do, like give and accept love. I'm still learning how to give it properly. I'm scared. Of course I am. I've messed up so many times in this love deal that I pretty much said I was gonna stay single for the rest of my life because I wanted to. Because I want to. But here lately I've kind of, I don't know. I've kind of felt like I want to put myself out there again. So I'm back doing the work. I'm back doing the inventory. I'm back doing the resentments. I'm back looking at my character defects as they pertain to just love. And in the inventory, it talks about that. It's called the sex inventory. And in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, on step 4, it's not just about fears and resentment. Well, it's not just about resentments. It's also about fears, sex, and belief systems. And I've done the belief systems and the resentments, fears. I started working on them. I haven't completely done them all. But this sex one, the relationship one is big on my mind right now. Like we're working on that, me and my sponsor, because I'm tired of messing it up, man. And I'm messing it up because I don't know what the root is. And when I get there, just like when I say, okay, I get it now, the work can be done. Just like when I said, yeah, my life's unmanageable, man. I become somebody I don't want to become when I drink. And once I drink, I can control it. I'm an alcoholic. And once I'm able to surrender to the problem, then the solution comes. And so I don't think it's not by any mistake that as soon as I started working on my sex inventory and my relationships with others, that the opportunities have risen to make the amends. I have to do my part. I have to take the lead. It says I have to do my part. Of course, I can't leave God out. I need His help, because I can also mess it up. I can mess up the amends process if I try to do it by myself without some kind of guidance, even if it's a short prayer, small prayer. Maybe somebody just showed up out of nowhere and I can just pray real quick. Is this the time? If it's the time, just give me the words. If it's, give me the words, just make it right. I want to make it right. I really want to make it right. And then if it's the time, it's going to be the time. I'll know that I know that I know. But if it's not the time, then I'll know, oh, it's not the time right now. And I have to, when I realize it's not the time, I have to have the courage to walk away and to come back to it, because it won't be the last time. Just because you see somebody, I mean, it's easy to think that this is going to be the last time. I got to do it now. I've done that before. And I'm glad I did. But they weren't ready. It's not that they were ready. It's just, I can't even say that it was a negative experience, because I really have never seen that girl again. I've never seen her again. And when I saw her that one time, I said that it's the time. And I knew that it was the time. That's probably why it went off so well. It didn't go off well, but that's probably why I was able to make the amends. And it did not go off well, man. Yeah, it was pretty rough. But I'm glad that I did it, because it's the right thing to do. Making amends is not to make myself feel better or make them feel better. Making amends is about doing the right thing. And to me, to walk around like I never hurt nobody or I never said anything wrong, it's crazy. But first, I gotta look at it. Before I can do the amends, I gotta look at go through the inventory process and look at what my part was and make amends for my part, and not tell the people what their part is, even if they're glaring. I'm not gonna go, hey, you know what, you're a total jerk, but I was a jerk too, so I'm sorry. That might work on TV. That might even work if it's, if the wound isn't deep. But man, I can't remember the last time I made a wound that wasn't deep. I don't just scratch people, man. I just scrape them. Not no more, not as much anymore. And sometimes I do it, but not really trying. But I'm grateful that I have this program that tells me there's a solution, Chris. You might have screwed it up, but man, we can fix it. We can fix it. Everything can get fixed. Everything. Every relationship you think can get fixed, it can. But there's work to be done. I can't just expect it to get done. I can't even expect for them to understand me or to accept my amends. They might say, you know what, Chris, I want you gone and I never want to talk to you again. And then I'll have to respect that and never talk to them again. Maybe they're going to say, Chris, I love you, but I can't forgive you. I have to accept that too. And then I have to do my part and not do it again, not hurt them again, not act the same way. Well, what way? Well, that's what we get from 6 and 7. Anyway, it's a process. It takes time. The steps are in order for a reason, right? Where are we in this process right now? What are we sharing on? Step 3. This is our first attempt at receiving true love, is to be able to do the 3rd step prayer and it's like, God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as I will. Relieve me the bondage of self that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those that would help of thy love, thy power, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. This is my first attempt at receiving love. That I would ask him to come into my life and help me in a way that I've never wanted to be helped. Asking a God that I thought hated me. And he's like, man, I got you. I love you so much. And he makes things happen. He's changed my mind. I may not be perfect. I still might have crazy thoughts, but man, I've come a long, long, long way from where I've been. I was having a conversation with my sponsor earlier, and we were talking about, a little bit of history, because, now that I'm having the opportunity to make amends to these people, I want to be mentally prepared. I want to be ready mentally. I can't be ready for everything, but I can, get my motives in check, make sure I'm doing this for the right reasons, and get somewhat mentally prepared for it, right? And I was sharing with him some stuff that had happened a long time ago in reference to this, right? Because I was looking at my patterns, and I was thinking like, wow, man, just when I think like I'm a dirtbag, just when I think like I'm the lowest of the lowest, just when I think like ain't nobody just when I think that I'm never gonna change, I get a glimpse of what my life used to be like, and I said, my God, I've come a long, long way from where I've been. A long way. Man, I've worked hard. I worked hard internally, mentally, spiritually, physically. That's another story. I think my job keeps me at some type of physical fitness, not the greatest, but I could probably eat healthier and do a little bit more exercise, I guess. But at some point maybe that might be my where I'm at. But right now, I'm at a part of my journey where I do have some contentment. I do have some peace. You know, I've taken my focus off certain things that was kind of confusing me, and just, it wasn't too healthy at that time to be focusing on that stuff, because it was bringing out the worst in me, and I'm grateful because now I get to work on it. But at the same time, I had to ask myself, Chris, like, maybe that's not for you, dude. I don't know. Ask God to lead you, because if it's bringing you that much turmoil, it might not be a good idea for you to continue to go that way. Maybe ask God to lead you down a different path. So I'm going to just encourage you, you know, do the third step. You know, if anybody asks me for a suggestion today and I'm working, that's another story. That's another video, okay? If anybody asks me for a suggestion today, I would say, you know, just try prayer. Just try prayer. You know, do the third step prayer or something. Just let somebody love you today. Let something love you today. Just be okay with it. And give yourself a chance. You know, if tomorrow you decide you don't want nobody to love you, okay, but just try it once. Just to see how it feels. I bet it feels good. I know it feels good when I give myself that opportunity. And don't be so hard on yourself, man. Ew. Love yourself first. Love yourself if you can. But you know, let somebody love you today. Pray about if you're not sure if you should be where you are. First of all, my pastor says if you're married to him, it's God's will, or to her. If that's the job you have right now, it's God's will. If that's the place you live right now, it's God's will. It's God's will, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be like that forever. If you're feeling uneasy, maybe you don't like where you live, maybe you don't like your job, maybe you're having marital issues. Pray about it. Pray about it, and don't give up. Try, man. So many times instead of trying, I went and drank. So many times instead of talking to my other half, I went and drank. So many times instead of, you know, having a talk with my boss, I went and drank. I mean, so many times, so many things that I used to drink over, now I can actually do it soberly. Probably not 100% sanely, but soberly. I could do it without drinking. I could do it without taking a drug. I could do it without popping a pill. I could do it without having sex first. I could do this. And before I couldn't do it. I'm so grateful for that. That's one of my, I love how different I am today. I love it. And how every day I get an opportunity to be the best version of me that I can be, with my family, with my community, with my friends, with my work, and right now where I'm going, it's such a beautiful ride, such a wonderful experience. And I would hope that at some point you guys would experience it for yourself through these steps. Through maybe your church group, or maybe sports. That works too. It all works. So thank you for your time, folks. I know it was long-winded today, and maybe I had too much to say, but I do appreciate your time. It's valuable to me. So thank you for hanging out here with me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. And if this is the start of your day, good morning. And if you're having a bad day and you wish you could start over, good morning. Truth is, you can. Right now, you can start over. Right now. Right now is the moment. Let's go. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.